Ladies and gentlemen, he's climbing out. How about it for the Magic Man, Mark Whitener?
Just for y'all. Everybody's
Come on over here. Let's talk about this race a little bit. The typical slippery East Bay Raceway Park tonight. Some of those restarts were a little bit treacherous. You had a really good race car, though. You and Joseph had a really good race up front. This thing was dominant at the end.
Yeah, we showed up today, and I knew we had a fast race car. Appreciate it, bud. Lance Wright flew down today to help us out. He's been helping us all speed weeks. Had a little better show in here with the crate than we did with the Super, but yeah, we hopefully we get another victory in tomorrow and Saturday, and we can carry it on into Volusia next week.
Let's talk about the racetrack a little bit. Of course, this place changes so much from start to finish. Tide comes in, tide goes out, depending on the wind, depending on the sun, etc. But it really changed a lot, even in that 30-lap race. And you know this, you race here enough, but from lap 1 to lap 30, you really don't know what this place is going to do.
No, I mean, when we started the race, we had traction, and when we ended, we didn't have none. So, I mean, we was 10 foot from the wall, and I was scraping the wall on the last lap. So, it's just, Al does a really good job with this racetrack, and I don't know if it's him or if it's the clay, but it's regardless, it puts on a good show. So appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, there's 80 crate cars here, so it's I couldn't believe how many cars when I showed up. I was like, wow. So but yeah, I mean this Barry Ride Icon's badass.
Talk about running here all of last week. What does that do for a guy like you? You've run here enough, but you run 6 straight nights here last week. You take a couple days off and you come right back here. Just jump right back into that rhythm. I know it's a different race car, but still.
Yeah, I mean it's maybe we had maybe a little advantage. We changed everything under the sun last week to try to get the feel that I wanted, and we just carried it onto this thing. And I was like, I don't know, I'm going 30 miles an hour, so we just it's good. So he just tuned on it, and here we are.
Kyle, let's talk about your race car first. You had a really good night from start to finish. Good qualifying effort, good heat race run. Obviously, being there at the end, really good day. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a blast being down here. I mean I've watched it on Lucas Oil TV and all that the last few years, and just said I really wanted to be here before they shut it down and everything, and come down and talk to a bunch of people what we should try, what we shouldn't try, and we got here and I think we threw everything out the window. I mean the place it's so different, like I heard you talking to Mark about. I mean lap to lap it changes. Corey, I just asked him where he even come from. I didn't even know he was here, and next thing I know he's underneath me, and the one lap he got all the way under me, and I actually had to go to the top in 1 and 2. I'm like, man, that doesn't feel too bad, but I really don't have the nerve to try it again. So I cleared him and got back down in front, and I was just holding on the last few laps. But I feel like we were really good right before Joseph got up in the fence. I was actually running the top 2 down, but after that last restart, I just wanted it to be over.
Well, talk about being here for the first time. I was going to ask you that anyway. Watching this thing at home, which everybody's done, you've seen East Bay, no matter if it's old videos or now it's live, it is a way different animal than you'd ever think, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I was talking to Eddie Carrier Jr. down at Rocket the other day, and he's like, it runs a lot like Tyler County, because we run a lot up there, and just you listen to him talk on a broadcast about the not being able to steer, and it makes absolutely no sense until you get out on a racetrack, and I'm like, I literally can't turn, but you go to the other end of the racetrack and you're spinning out going into the corner. Right. So I mean it's crazy the way 1 and 2 I was tight as could be. I have no idea what I should even do to free the car up, and 3 and 4 I'm spinning out going into the corner every lap. So like I said, the last handful of laps were just holding on. Mark ran a great race. Corey clearly had a really good car coming from the tails. So just really happy to come out here with second place.
Where did you come from? So let's talk about your night. Obviously, an okay run in the heat race. You had a good run going in the B main, and then some craziness happened. You hate to rely on provisionals, but when a guy gets a provisional and you can roll up through the field like you did, you got to feel really good about your car.
We had a good car. Just qualifying. We're just hunting this place, and this place is definitely the trickiest place I've ever been to. And we hit on something there in the heat, but between Kyle and Joseph Joyner, I think was in front of me and everything. They were hogging all the air, so it was just hard for me to get a lane, and was leading the B main and just got into the guy that wrecked or whatever, spun out, and he didn't sit still, and he come up the hill, and I knocked the hell out of him. But the guys got it fixed, put a new door on, which was probably a bad idea. I thought it was going to be a bad idea, but just made some changes to the car and everything. I didn't think we really needed that much, but let all the smoke settle there the first couple laps, and and just stuck her on the floor, and here we went. But
Well, and you roll right up there. Like you say, you get into the top 10 right away, and then you're kind of just looking around to see where the best lane was. You were able to go good. The top, bottom, didn't really matter. And then towards the end, you're really, really good. Those restarts were a little tricky, but you got up to second. Did you think you maybe had anything for the 5?
I don't think I had anything for Whitener. He was definitely fast. He's from down here, so I knew we was going to be racing him eventually. And yeah, I thought we was going to get there second for a little bit, but I let the right rear dip out of the bottom there for a second on that restart, and he got back in front of me. I think ultimately we had a second place car, but ultimately we ran third, and I'll definitely take it for the good God, the adversity we come through. But we'll take it, and we'll move on tomorrow night.
There it is. Corey Hedgecock comes home third